Gosh, man, I feel like it's 2019 all over again. I haven't been this invested into a prospect story in a long time. And the fact that I'm even going out there and scouting this guy out is kind of ridiculous because this doesn't usually happen in this way. So you've probably read the title. If you've been keeping up with the World Juniors heading into tomorrow, you would have seen that one of the most interesting names of this entire tournament is Jonah Neuenschwander. And the reason this guy is literally the most interesting player of the entire tournament, the reason he is the #1 trending player on Elite Prospects right now, he's #1 over Hagens, Jaeger, Helenius, Celebrini, Pellica. I think a lot of these guys are trending just because their cards are available in NHL Hockey Ultimate Team Fantasy. Yeah, shout out to EA Sports for putting some of these guys a lot more in the spotlight, but Jonah Neuenschwander is the top trending player on Elite Prospects. Here's why. He's on Team Switzerland at the World Juniors, but the interesting thing about that is the fact that this guy was born on March 10th, 2009. He's a 6'3", 181-pound, left-handed, 15-year-old forward. And he's eligible for the 2027 NHL Entry Draft. And the fact is, it's ridiculous enough to see a guy like this even exist. 15 years old, 6'3", 181. You know what I was at 15 years old? I was 5'3". Well, still am 5'3". I haven't really grown much, unfortunately. But at 15 years old, I was like 5'3", 120, 115. This dude is 9 years younger than I am, and he's 6'3", 181. That's the first thing. That's the first part as to what makes this ridiculous. The second part is the fact that he actually looks like someone who belongs in this tournament. And the reason I say that is because if you go over to Jonah Neuenschwander's profile this season, he's playing in the Swiss U20 Junior League for EHC Belbien's U20 team. There, he has 24 points in 26 games played. And that's significant because he's a point-per-game guy, just under a point-per-game guy, playing in the U20 League as a 15-year-old. The U20 League is already like the regular junior league, and he, playing off against guys that are 17, 18, 19 years old, guys that in some cases are 4 to 5 full years older than he is a point-per-game guy in this league. And he was so dominant and he was so unique that he was given actually a chance to play for EHC Belbien's regular top pro men's league team in the Swiss League, and he had 1 assist in 5 games. Now you can talk all the talk you want, 1 point in 5 games, that's not a lot. Yeah, that's not a lot, I guess. But the guy's 15! He's playing in the top pro men's league! Or at least he did, and he had a point! This is what's ridiculous about this overall profile. He is so physically mature at 15 years of age that the fact that he was even taken onto the World Junior team for Switzerland doesn't seem like that ridiculous of a move considering the point production. The World Junior tournament is all U20 guys, and playing against only U20 competition, Jonah Neuenschwander has a point-per-game mark. So yeah, there's definitely reason to go out there and consider this guy as a member of the World Junior team. And in fact, Neuenschwander is one of the top guys in the entire Swiss Junior League, with production that puts him at 21st overall in the league in points. If you go over to points per game and you take away the guys who are under 10 games played, Neuenschwander is 17th overall in the league in points. Now, I get it. You can say that there are some other guys that might be a little bit more productive, and even though they're older, it's okay because the World Junior is a junior tournament anyway, so anyone under 20 is eligible. Why do you have to go out there and give a chance to this 15-year-old? But the thing is, when you watch some of the tape, it becomes very apparent why everything is playing out the way it is. And the reason I even said at the beginning of this video that it feels like 2019 is because for the first time since 2019, I'm actively going out there against the grain to try to find scouting footage of this guy that's a lot more than just regular old highlights and whatever. There's a video on YouTube published by Prospect Shifts of Jonah Neuenschwander versus SC Rapperswil Jona at the U20 League level on November 24th, 2024. This is a 20-minute long video of all of Neuenschwander's shifts. Do you know the last time it was that I watched a shift-by-shift video of any prospect in any NHL draft? I think it was Martin Hugo Haas a few years ago, playing for Team Czechia in one of those tournaments that he had. But that was the last time I really went out there and dived deep into game footage at a full game's capacity for a prospect. All the other videos, all the other scouting reports that we made, all the other commentaries, they were all based off of highlight packages and some of the best moments of these prospects. Neuenschwander is so young, he doesn't even have a normal highlight reel. There's just this one video of him doing what it is that he's doing in every shift of this one hockey game. And I will say, some of the things that stand out to me, of course, his physicality is put on full display, but there are also a lot of really passive skills that he has that just facilitate the play in the right way. Whether he's penalty killing and going over onto the boards, grabbing the puck and just skating it out, or when he is on the forecheck, putting himself in an open spot on the ice in order to receive a pass for a scoring chance. When he has the puck, he rarely makes mistakes with it, he just kind of does the right thing. It's tough to evaluate because the Swiss Junior League isn't necessarily filled with the most incredible talent, but for a guy who is so young and to exhibit this level of comfort playing in the league already that he's able to even play at the top pro men's league in Switzerland, there's reason to believe in the profile that is Jonah Neuenschwander, especially when you acknowledge that his draft-eligible season isn't until 2026-2027. This guy is so far removed from the 2027 NHL Draft that making the regular old World Junior team at 15 is absolutely ridiculous. And just to prove that none of this is all a fluke either, I wanted to go over to Stephen Graves' Twitter account. He is a European video scout for McKeen's Hockey, watching and sharing the future of the greatest sport on earth. And back on March 2023, he posted this video of Jonah Neuenschwander being a very intriguing Swiss talent. He's one of the more promising Swiss products in the next 5 years. Almost 2 years ago, I identified Neuenschwander as one of the most promising Swiss talents that's coming out of the country. Now, as a 15-year-old, he made the Swiss World Junior team as a triple underager. Get exited for this kid. And yeah, it says exited, not excited. It's whatever. There also was another really interesting stat. I previously mentioned how Jonah Neuenschwander was on our World Junior preview show, and now it's official, he has made the Swiss team. He is the first 15-year-old to compete in the World Juniors since 2001, when 3, Andrei Kostitsyn and Konstantin Zakharov for Belarus and Viktor Alexandrov for Kazakhstan played in that tournament. So it's been 23 years since a 15-year-old played at the World Juniors. Jonah Neuenschwander is doing it. To help us out, one more final note on the entire program here. Let's go out there onto NHLEntryDraft.com, aka Future Considerations, because Aaron Vickers posted this article yesterday. The World Juniors is a sneak peek at some of the top 2026 NHL Draft talent. If you scroll down and read the Jonah Neuenschwander piece, you'll see this. He's a bonus player to watch at this year's World Juniors. He had all the points that he had gotten, and he's the second youngest player ever to play in the Swiss League. There's always a player in the tournament that is beyond their years and is super young in their first entry, said Sam Turpak of Future Considerations. Neuenschwander is that this year for Switzerland. He is speedy, skilled, and really aggressive from the right side of the ice. He forces a lot of mistakes from defenders and pushes his way into the offensive zone, often on a breakaway, after which he creates offensive chances from the right side of the ice. He's an excellent playmaker overall, and a player I can see blooming in a correct, easy role at this tournament. He's a 2009 war player that is eligible in 2027, with a way too early projection being one of the top players in the class. He reminds me of Juraj Slafkovsky a little bit, who started to show signs of stardom at around this age with similar attributes. So, is the next Juraj Slafkovsky going to be participating in this tournament? And not even just the next Slav, but a guy who happens to be only 15 freaking years old? Oh my goodness. If you go over to Slafkovsky, just a little bit of an extra here, because now we're on the talking point, I wanted to talk about what Slafkovsky did in his 15-year-old season. Slav's 15-year-old year would have been 2019-20, and in this season he was playing in the Finnish U18 league, where he had 52 points in 39 games played, also was a member of TPS for the U20 junior team, had 3 points in 4 games. So the production's actually pretty similar, although I acknowledge the differences between the Swiss Junior League and the Finnish Junior League. They're not the same, but I did want to go out there and talk about that to end off this video. At the end of the day, though, we just got to pay attention because the World Juniors is starting tomorrow, and Jonah Neuenschwander is going to be doing some pretty interesting things. So thoughts in the comment section below about Neuenschwander and his overall profile, the fact that a 15-year-old guy has made the World Junior team, what are your thoughts about him and his play, and do you see any comparisons to guys like Slafkovsky, for example? I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.